Hey there. Hey there. Hey there. Wrong pipe. Or maybe it was the right pipe. Chapter. Do 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 do. Yeah. Pretty much. Pretty much. Yep. All day. I have a lot of things coming up tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I knew I wasn't going to be able to collapse out on any one of those days. So I took my day where I have nothing to do on the schedule, but I have tons of things to do that I should be on the schedule. And I used it to rest. That's right. It was an investment. It was an investment in performance. Over the next few days, I will reap thy reward. But here's the thing. I want to get things done, and I got a lot of things I need to get done. Felt pretty good about getting a lot of things knocked out last night. But mostly what we did was get a lot of things started. So I think it would be nice to keep that ball rolling. And get some more things done. But really what I need to do is get ready for the salsa giveaway. Colette, I gotta have a picture ready for that, which means I need to have the gems ready for that. The gems ready for that. I really like how this thing turned out. It is so cool. Gotta have them gems ready. So I was thinking I'd go live. You would show up, give me positive affirmations, which is like totally food for me, and thank you. That did turn out good. And I read that comment as soon as it popped up, so you have an idea of the delay from you to me to you. I wrote a couple of jokes today. Not funny ones, but they were jokes. So we're building out the joke list. Hot dogs. I should write that down. It's not an actual rant. It's not an actual joke. It's just a rant. It's not even a riff. It's not a rant joke either, because really I'm only complaining about hot dogs and why do people even eat them, because there's really only two good hot dogs. There's the Chicago dog and the chili cheese dog. And basically, that's just taking a meal and putting it, it's just taking a meal that's already good and then putting it on top of a hot dog. You wouldn't do that the other way around. You wouldn't say, oh, you know what, it's gonna spice up this chili, some hot dog in there. And the Chicago dog, that's just all the leftovers in those tubs that the bugs crawl around on. So basically, you scoop all that together and you got yourself a salad, and then you're putting a hot dog on top of there because it's some sort of a meat product. And that's the way to spice up salad. That's really the only. Say, what's the word for saving? Not reserving. Not retaining, but that's really the only saving feature of a hot dog is the fact that it qualifies technically as some sort of meat related knockoff. I mean, it's bologna in stick form. It's a stick of bologna, which is just a bunch of bologna. The only problem is there's people out there that have hot dog stands and they're going to start protesting my comedy bits. So, some sort of meat covers it. Speaking of which, what covers it? I know what it was supposed to be, but what is it now? Probably worse. Chili. Ooh, chili can be great, but chili can also be stinky. And it can also come from a pump in a gas station. It's the only meal that says it's cold when it's actually hot. Yeah, probably. There's something there, probably. I'll write it down. Let's see. Hot dogs. Only two good ones. Chicago and Chili cheese. Just a good meal on top. Wouldn't add a hot dog to your chili. Chicago dog is just a salad. Adding hot dog is a meat product. Just a stick of bologna. That's bologna. Yeah, that hits most of the punches. What are we doing? Corn dogs are a different story, Colette, because they come on a stick. I don't understand it. Our corn dog's so good. The honey corn dogs with the all beef frank, and you could put the ketchup on it. That's the reason that they're still around, isn't it? That's the only reason they still make hot dogs. You know what the weirdest thing is, Colette? The hot dogs inside the corn dogs are like miniature hot dogs. They're not actual real size hot dogs. I think that's because they feed corn dogs to kids, but not adults. Yeah, the bun is too greasy. Hmm. So that means I'm probably gonna have to go shape a gem. What do I got? Four things stopped. Yeah, four things stopped up, and three gems I need to do by hand. I'll probably get about half of one and one of the other. Oh, Colette, that's gold. Trick kids into thinking their food is part of the popsicle family. I'm gonna write that down. That's good stuff. I'm gonna write that down with a shout out to Colette. Okay, so Colette, I've been meaning to get a piece of peridot done lately. And so I've got three of them. Just let me know if it got any laughs. Okay. So there's this one, but it's it's got like a split down the middle. So it's kind of like I've got to split it in half. And the bigger part of it is like the yellowier part, the greenier part of it. Like this part is actually like the larger part of it, and that part just tucks underneath a little bit. So there's that. Then there's this guy, which is actually pretty clean, but there's no real obvious final shape, which means I'm gonna have to cut a lot off of it. Like I'm gonna have to cut like all of this off of it to get a finished one. And then the other thing is this one here, which has those little speckles. These little dots, those are rainbow discs. And they're in the middle of it, and they only show up in the right light. And they're rainbowy. And it kind of looks like a smiley face, right? Smile. So that's a thing. One of those is going to be the one. Then I've got two pieces of carnelian. Pear shape. Could be pear shape. I could do pear. But then instead of getting rid of one big chunk, I'm getting rid of two smaller chunks. Either way, it's about the same amount, but you're right, yeah. Yup, it does. Okay, so I'm gonna cut some gem, and I'll be back in like an hour or something. Yeah. I probably shouldn't keep it going live just because. So I will be back, and I will end the stream, and then I'll start it up again in case you get to make it back. Have a good night.